Ladies, when a man is truly into you, there are certain thoughts running through his mind that he may never say out loud. He might show you how he feels through his actions, but deep down, there are three powerful thoughts that reveal just how much he cares. These thoughts separate a man who is simply interested from a man who sees you as the one. If you've ever wondered how to know when a man is genuinely invested, listen closely because these three secret thoughts will give you the answer. When a man is truly into you, one of the biggest thoughts running through his mind is whether or not you see the real him. On the surface, he might seem confident, put together, and in control, but deep down, he wants to know if you recognize who he is beyond what the world sees. He wants to be accepted for more than just his achievements, his looks, or what he can offer. A man who is serious about you craves a connection where he doesn't have to wear a mask or prove himself every second. He wants to be valued for his true self. This is why a man who truly likes you will start opening up in ways he doesn't with others. He'll share his childhood experiences, his biggest fears, and the things that make him feel vulnerable. He's not just trying to impress you, he's trying to connect with you on a deeper level. He hopes that when he lets his guard down, you won't judge him or see him as weak, but instead you'll understand him even more. If he feels safe with you, he will reveal sides of himself that he may not even show to his closest friends. He will talk about his struggles, his past mistakes, and his personal insecurities, not because he wants sympathy, but because he trusts you with parts of himself that he usually keeps hidden. This is one of the strongest signs that a man truly values you and sees you as someone special. When a man is truly into you, one of the biggest thoughts running through his mind is how he can make you happy. He pays attention to the little things that bring you joy, whether it's your favorite food, the way you like your coffee, or the songs that make you smile. He listens closely when you talk, not just to respond, but to understand what matters to you. He remembers details that others might overlook because he genuinely wants to be a source of happiness in your life. He finds satisfaction in seeing you smile, in knowing that he can brighten your day, even in the smallest ways. If you're stressed, he thinks about how he can ease your burden. If you're upset, he wonders what he can do to comfort you. It's not just about grand romantic gestures, it's about the everyday efforts that show he's thinking of you. Maybe it's sending you a message just to check in, planning a date that he knows you'll love, or simply being there when you need someone to lean on. A man who doesn't truly care will focus on what he can get from the relationship. But a man who values you focuses on what he can give. He isn't perfect, and he may not always get it right, but his actions will consistently show that your happiness matters to him. He wants to know that he adds something meaningful to your life, not just in the good times, but even when things get tough. When a man is truly into you, one thought that consistently crosses his mind is that he doesn't want to lose you. He recognizes that you are special, that what you bring into his life isn't something he can easily find elsewhere. This thought pushes him to be intentional in the way he treats you because he understands that relationships require effort and he's willing to put in the work. This is why he makes time for you even when life gets busy. He doesn't leave you guessing about how he feels or where you stand with him. He communicates, he checks in, and he follows through on his words with actions. He's aware that inconsistency and lack of effort can push you away, and that's the last thing he wants. He values your presence in his life, and he makes it clear that he wants to keep you there. A man who is afraid of losing you will also pay attention to your needs and concerns. If something bothers you, he listens. If there's an issue, he wants to work through it rather than avoid it. He understands that disagreements happen, but he won't risk losing you over miscommunication or neglect. He's willing to grow, to adjust, and to show up for you in ways that make you feel secure. A man who doesn't care about losing you will make you feel replaceable, but a man who truly values you will make sure you know that you are irreplaceable. When a man is truly into you, he envisions a future with you. He doesn't just see you as someone he enjoys spending time with in the moment, that thinks about what life could look like with you long term. This thought isn't just a passing idea, it's something that influences the way he interacts with you, the decisions he makes, and the level of effort he puts into the relationship. You'll notice that he starts including you in his plans, whether they're weeks, months, or even years down the line. He talks about places he wants to travel to with you, events he wants to attend together, or even what life could look like if you both took the next step. He considers how your goals and dreams align with his, and he genuinely cares about making sure you're both growing together. This is also why a man who is serious about you will be mindful of his actions. He won't engage in behaviors that could jeopardize what he's building with you. He won't risk losing your trust or damaging the connection because he knows the value of what he has. He may not always say it outright, but his actions will show it, whether it's by introducing you to important people in his life, making sacrifices to be there for you, or making sure that you feel secure about where things are headed. A man who isn't thinking about a future with you will avoid serious conversations and keep things vague, but a man who truly cares will make it known that he sees you as part of his life beyond just today. When a man is truly into you, he wonders if he's good enough for you. No matter how confident he may seem on the outside, deep down, he wants to know that he is measuring up to what you deserve. This isn't about insecurity in a negative way. It's about wanting to be his best self for you. He sees your value, your qualities, and the way you carry yourself, and it makes him reflect on whether he's bringing enough to the table. You may notice this in the way he asks about your expectations, your dreams, and what you need in a relationship. He genuinely wants to know if he is making you happy and if he's giving you what you need emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually. A man who truly cares will take your feelings into account and will want to grow into a better version of himself, not just for his own sake, but because he sees you as someone worth the effort. This is also why he will pay attention to your reactions and responses. If he senses that you're upset, disappointed, or feeling unappreciated, he will take it seriously. He may not always have the perfect words, but his concern will be clear in his actions. He'll reflect on his role in a relationship and ask himself if he's truly showing up for you the way he should. A man who doesn't care won't take the time to self-reflect, but a man who values you will constantly seek ways to be a better partner. When a man is truly into you, he feels a deep sense of protection over you. This doesn't just mean physical protection, it goes beyond that. He wants to protect your heart, your emotions, your peace, and your well-being. When a man truly cares, he becomes intentional about making sure you feel safe with him, both emotionally and physically. You'll notice this in the small but meaningful ways he acts around you. If you're walking together, he may instinctively position himself between you and the street. If you're out in public and someone makes you uncomfortable, he will step in to make sure you feel secure. But most importantly, he is careful with how he treats you emotionally. He won't play mind games, manipulate you, or make you feel insecure about where you stand. Instead, he reassures you with his consistency and his effort. A man who values you will also be mindful of how others treat you. If he sees someone disrespecting you, he won't just stand by and watch. He will make it clear that he won't tolerate anyone mistreating you. This doesn't mean he will be aggressive or confrontational, but he will always make sure you know that he has your back. Beyond that, he will also protect your peace by avoiding unnecessary drama, being honest with you, and making sure that his presence in your life adds value rather than stress. His love is reflected in the way he prioritizes your emotional safety just as much as your physical safety. So if you're ever wondering how a man truly feels about you, watch what he does. Does he open up to you? Does he make an effort to bring you joy? Does he make it clear that he doesn't want to lose you? Because when a man is truly into you, these thoughts aren't just passing ideas, they are his reality.